Checking our lights. Kingpin is still in place. Landing gear still up. Checking the chains. Checking our little bit of padding there between the chains. There. That's good. Now, unfortunately, this stupid beacon has gone dead again. I've asked to get this wire repaired, so I've opened it up several times. I can't say anything. I'm going to run my 4-ways on. Yep, good. Flags. Tires are looking good. That's looking good. Chicken lights are working. That's why this one's different. These are the little incandescent that's got the multi-LED bulbs in them. Looking good. Flags in the front, banner on the top. AM. First thing we're going to do is go over here. We're going to top up our fuel. And Tacna is 30 miles away. Could go there and fuel. But since I'm here already, and I didn't want to fuel in California. I mean, I got half a tank of fuel. I got enough to get me a good ways down the road. So we'll get back out onto the highway here. I ate this morning. There, I had to make sure I sent in my cat scale weight to the office, to the permit department, because New Mexico is a. Proceed to the highlighted route. They bill your they do your permit fee by the amount of weight that you have. So hopefully by the time I get to Benson, I'll have my New Mexico permit. off here. Everybody wants to do everything right when I get here. Goodness. Goodness gracious. All right. Turn all those lights off. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Dolly, this very last pump is wide open.
Man, I don't get it. All right, first of all, we're about 10 miles away here from Benson. It's 1 o'clock. We'll be pulling in here, do a 30-minute break, get our permit printed out, blah, 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 blah. Said that several times already. Listening to YouTube here. And a couple of channels have posted a analysis, quote unquote. I use that term very loosely. They're talking about a judgment against Walmart for $54.6 million for truck drivers who are getting paid or not getting paid for their time off while working. I look at that and I'm thinking, how stupid are you to be doing a job and think you're not getting paid for it? Well, one, you are getting paid for it as a truck driver. Your pre-trip inspection, you're getting paid for that. You are getting paid for that. Two, your time sitting at a, loading and unloading at a ship and receiver, at the weigh station when you're getting a DOT inspection, you are getting paid for that. It's incorporated in your either salary or cents per mile or stop pay. And here's the issue for me. Oh, they're not paying me. I'm only getting paid when the wheels are turning. That includes the time you are doing your inspections, when your pre-trip, your post-trip, when you're on your 30-minute break. You're getting paid for it. Just because you don't see it listed on your paycheck as pre-trip, post-trip, on-duty time, I just find it odd that these people think they're not getting paid for it. You are getting paid for it. Just like your health benefits, your medical insurance, your dental, vision, your 401k, any other bonuses that you get, that's your pay. Everything you do for the job goes into that. And here's the thing that gets me. You agreed to that when you started. I agreed to being paid in this manner to do this work. I find it ridiculous that somebody thinks that when you signed or made an oral agreement for a paycheck, and that you seem to think after the fact that you should be getting paid more, and you don't renegotiate that contract, that somehow you deserve it. So now you go to court, and you have people who have no understanding of contract law or economics, thinking that they deserve more, or that they should be allowed to rule on that. I find it pretty insulting. All right. I'm a truck driver. I do heavy haul. There are times where I'm working every single day during the week. There are times where I'm sitting around and waiting. The week previous, I did a whole 840 miles in a 7-day period. 840 miles in a 7-day period. I got paid $1,000 for that 840 miles. The pre-trip inspection, the loading, the unloading, the post-trip inspections, the ELD log certification and tracking, the paperwork, everything that went into my job, that $1,000 paid for that, including the 840 miles I drove. So, the day and a half or 2 days worth of work, I got paid $1,000. Approximately 16 hours I worked during that week. Should the company be taking money away from me because I didn't do a day's work every single day? I think most people would say no. I'm a salaried employee. I made that contract with my employer. So why is it that when I was a paid cents per mile and or layover and or stop pay and or with medical or dental and vision insurance, life insurance, with or without a 401k, what is it that would make me think that I wasn't getting paid for pre-trip inspection, post-trip inspection, being at a weigh station, being at a port of entry, having to deal with that paperwork, being stopped by on the road for a DOT inspection, being at the shipper receiver, unloading, loading, securing, non-securing? What is it that would make me think that I did not agree to that at the very beginning of being hired? These people who are bringing these lawsuits and agreeing with these lawsuits are not thinking about the ramifications of what's going to happen when these companies are going to be forced to pay you for that. Well, your cents per mile is going to go down, because these companies are going to try to make an equivalent, profit. Their labor costs just went up. Their labor costs just went up. What makes you think that they're going to not hire fewer people? What makes you think they're going to start paying the newer people less on cents per mile? Did these people not hear the news about these places that all of a sudden made these companies, McDonald's and restaurants and other companies, start paying their employees $15, forcing them to give them medical insurance and paid time off? What happened to these companies? They start hiring less people. They gave the people less hours to work. Do you honestly think that forcing a trucking company that made a contract for employment with the truck driver, we will pay you X number of cents per mile. If you have a multiple stop trip, we'll pay you for each stop. For tarping, we'll pay you to tarp. When you have a DOT inspection on the side of the road and you have a clean one, we'll pay you extra for that. We'll give you a 401k after a certain amount of time, and we will contribute to that 401k. We will provide 20 cents on the dollar, 30 cents on the dollar extra for that 401k. We will pay part of your medical insurance. It'll cost us this. When I started in Melton, or let me take it back. When I started at Watkins Shepherd, I started at a set cent per mile, a set stop pay, set, detention pay, layover pay. The pre-trip and post-trip inspection, DOT inspections on the road or at a weigh station, time at weigh stations, time at shippers and receivers, up to a point, all of that was included in my pay before I did a single solitary mile. All that was agreed to beforehand. It was all agreed to beforehand. So me coming back saying, oh, you're not paying me for this, you're not paying me for that, you're not paying for this, you're not paying for that. Well, Mr. Truck Driver, you agreed to that. You agreed to doing that. So why are you complaining when that's what's actually happening? You know, it does seem to me to be a lot disingenuous, because all of a sudden you feel like you're being taken advantage of. Well, you're not. And I find that, you know, these YouTubers, these truck drivers who do YouTube, who are crying about this and saying, oh, this judgment against Walmart, that's an amazing thing. That's a great thing. That's sticking it to the man, as they like to use, as they like to say. That's sticking it to the man, because these truck drivers are so pitiful. They're suffering so much to a contract they agreed with. I find it insulting. I mean, literally, I find it insulting to me as a fairly intelligent person who made an agreement for a job that somehow I'm missing out. Somehow I was duped. I was tricked. I was being scammed by my company. 3 trucking companies I've worked at this point in time. And every other company I've worked at prior, as a barbecue cutter, you know, carver, as a pizza chef, you know, as a ignore it. You know, all these other jobs that I've ever done, you know, warehouse, lawn care, arborist, manager, whatnot. I made an agreement to do this work in this manner, so did I ever come back and say, hey, the work you hired me to do, I'm not getting enough? No, I never did that. Now, when appropriate raises were due, yes, I asked for it. I said, I believe I'm giving you more value. I'm doing more work than I was initially hired to do. I deserve more. But that's not what's happening in this case. These guys are, you hired me to do this. I agreed this. I'm doing nothing more than what I agreed to do. Yet I deserve more because I'm not smart enough to understand how to do my job. And that's how I see it, you know. That's precisely how I see it. I made an agreement and I'm not going to stick to it. That's precisely how I see it. I see it that these truck drivers are doing this, A, don't have the basic intelligence to understand what a contract is, and 2, I think they're disingenuous and, well, lacking in a bit of honor, in my opinion, because they made an agreement, now they won't stick to it. When you say something and you don't do it, what does that make you? In my eyes, it makes you a liar. You know, you can say that I'm being harsh. You could say that I don't understand. I think I understand pretty clearly. Maybe harsh, maybe, but sometimes being harsh is the best thing for people. It lets them see the truth. Truth is, as a truck driver, you made an agreement, you made a verbal or signed contract to do a job. And everything that was laid out at the very beginning of what your responsibilities are with that job, you're now suddenly complaining about. I'm not getting paid for doing this. Yes, you are. You just don't have the wherewithal and the mental capacity to actually understand what that means. That's not the fault of the company. That's not the fault of anybody else. That's your fault for making an agreement that you didn't understand. Simple as that in my eyes. These people who are suing Walmart for not being paid for work being done is a lie. Now, unfortunately, you have a judge who doesn't understand economics. You have juries who don't understand economics. You have truck drivers who don't understand economics. You have all these people who do not understand what the contract said, even though they agreed to it. That's their damn fault. Or whatever. Okay, I've ranted on about that. I just find it insulting. All right, so here we are, 1:15 in the afternoon. We're at the Loves in Benson, Arizona. We have started our 30-minute break. We got 158 miles to Deming, New Mexico. It's going to take about 3 hours to get there. We're leaving here just about 1:45 approximately. Then it's basically 3 hours there, so 4:45, 5 o'clock. We'll get to Deming to the Petro. And also, we'll still be in mountain time, so we're good for that. Other than that, day is rolling along somewhat easily. On down.
Keep to the right. Way station ahead. Continue on this road for 45 miles.
That's all hunky and dory. They don't want to see my papers. So that's all good for me. I think I'm feeling a bit tired. 45 minutes ain't that great of a distance to overcome. I'm just gonna pull in here. You know, I don't feel I can go on as safely as I could. I'm just not as alert as I think I should be. So we're gonna pull in here. That's it. Park right on the street, jackass. And you got a truck, could have put that up on the freaking curb, moron.
In 1 mile, take the entrance to the right on I-10 East.
Right.
In 1 mile, take the entrance to the right on I-10 East. Yeah, just park where you really shouldn't be parking there, knucklehead. All these parking spots you can put it into, and you're parking there. Ah, man alive, I tell you. Well, gonna spin around here, get that stop all the way on the end. That way I'm taking up as little space as I can for somebody else who needs a parking spot. Instead of taking up two. can't you park it in a parking spot? I don't get it. Where'd you go, Blue Collar Express? Stupid. FedEx up on the left, about a mile up. Black gravel. Turn around there.